Hi all. So welcome to another day on this JMeter trend. Right? And so currently we are covering this test execution stuff, right? Um, so yeah. Okay. So test execution. So in the last session, we talked about all the best practices, right? That we do by changing user.properties file. Then this we talked about deleting the unnecessary thing. Then how to run the test by minimizing the network latency and all those things. Then how to increase heap size and why to increase how much user load can be generated from single system, right? What are the parameters or factor affecting this load generation, correct? Then we have done one test execution as well, correct, for 10 users. And we have discussed about these two commands and yeah, then we have talked about the summarizer, right, in detail, and then we have talked about the HTML repo, correct, HTML, right? Now, a few more thing on the same line. So we'll do two more executions. So next, suppose one more execution I'll do is like, yeah, suppose let us say 10 users, two loops. Okay. So how to do, right? So for that, you see here, 10 users. Okay. So what we have to do is we have to always open the script, right? And we have to open the JMeter, then we have to open the script, and then we have to change the parameters here. So you users here, suppose two loop I want to do. Here I'll put two and then save. And then again we will close this and we'll open command prompt as usual. I'll show this test using PowerShell. Then. So this is PowerShell because we should practice PowerShell also. PowerShell is a very good desktop compared to command prompt. Right? Command prompt is old. PowerShell is the newest one. And what is the main benefit of PowerShell is like it supports all Linux commands. So that is the good. So now I again, right, you know what we did. First we have to go in the JMeter directory. So PD JMeter one. Yes, then so now I'm in JMeter directory, right? Now what we should do here. Uh, this test I'm going to show using this command. So there are two ways to execute the test. One is the command which is divided into two parts. One is first part was this and second part was this. So that we did yesterday. Today we will run the command, run the test using the single line command. Okay, so I'll explain the difference also. First, let us start. So till here, if you see, it remains same. Only the last will change. So here a JMeter dash n dash t JMX file dash n GTL file, right? So JMeter space dash n space dash t. Right? Hope it's visible. Then our JMX directory, which is here. This is the JMX file, complete, not directly, the complete JMX file with its complete path. Okay, that's what. So JMeter dash n dash t JMX dash n JMeter space dash n space dash t space the complete JMX file with complete path, then space dash l and the JTL file. So JTL, you know, right, that to results. We have to save the results. So some file name we have to give. So already suppose we use this one. So to next time we have to change it, right? So remember this here. Uh, JTL CSV test result file name should always be new name for each test run. Okay, that is the first thing. Second thing, do not use any space or any special character. Okay. Uh, like this, except hyphen and underscore in file path and file name for JMX JTL or in output directory, right? Otherwise, it will throw error. So this we are discussing from beginning, so that you know. Okay. Next is this point. So the CSV or JTL test result file name that we will be using, and it should be every time a new name should be given. Same for output directory. Output directory must not exist or must be empty, or it should also be new name for each report generation. Correct. So suppose yesterday we use this name. Tomorrow we can, sorry, today we can use some other name. So what name, right? So run to underscore 10 users underscore two loops. Okay. Underscore suppose 16 dot jp. Okay. Dot jp. That will put here. Then a space. Now after that, so this dash and the GTL file name with complete file. Then a space dash e, a space dash o, and the output directory. Okay, output directory name. So what is output directory name? Yesterday we discussed, right? So that from the JTL we generated this output directory or result directory, and in this only this index.html was there, right, to see the report. So that is what output directory. So this is one liner command, right? So we have to give dash e dash o. So after that here .jtl, then a space dash e, a space dash o, then the output directory. So output directory, you know, right? Like I just said, in the last we will not be using GTL. This will remain as it is, right? So it will be looking like this till here. So, so yesterday from this JTL, this was the output directory generated. Now from this JTL, result will be first stored in this, and then from this output folder will be generated. Now yesterday we did in two parts, right? First, that was the command were divided in two parts. Now this time we are doing it in one line only. So results will be stored in this JTL, and then from here to output directory. Okay, so like that. So let us give output directory. It's not recognized. Okay, it's a Linux sign. That's all. Linux. So it will not recognize. In Linux, you know, I think we have to write JMeter dot back. Then it will. Again, it's from issue. Okay.
I think the directory length is quite big, so
No, it's there. Okay, PowerShell doesn't load command from current location. Okay, okay. That is default problem. So we have to write like this, dot space change in PowerShell. Especially this is for PowerShell. So for now, ignore it. It will create confusion of our learning, right? So I'll use a command prompt, the default. Later we can come and talk about this. So this is our command prompt. We'll do here. So because the main command we should not, since we are learning, right? So we should not, we should focus on the main command. Some other thing are there always there. Okay. So JMeter dash and dash T. Immediately I'll do all again. This limits. I'll talk about that also, but first let us shift. JMeter dash and dash T JMX file, right? Then space dash L, right? Then we have the GTL file path, file name with complete file path. Okay. Then space dash E space dash O. Right, that one-liner command. So yesterday we had divided into, now we are talking about this one-liner command. So dash E dash O, right? And the output directory, right? Which is here. So output directory. So now what will happen? You see, this is JMX file. This is L dash L. So result will be stored in this .gtl. Okay. Now from dash E dot dash O. So in one line only from this .gtl, the output directory will be generated. So one liner command. Yesterday we did the same thing, but we did in two steps, right? So first we did generated GTL. From that we generated the report. Correct. So this was the first one, and then this one. Now this is the same thing, okay, but one liner. So till here, if you see, this is fine. Now only from this GTL, we will generate the output in one line. So it will be dash E dash O. Okay. Now let us run, and this will is going to be 10 users to loop test. It will take some time. Right? Then will it take some time? Mhm. So let it run. It's running, right? You can see. Oh, it is stopped. What happened? I think login failure. So I'll come to know we will be having a report here. From that report, we will get to 25%. Login. Yeah, this all users as well. This is yeah, login as well. So that is the beauty of applying RSA, result status XML, right? In login we have applied. So when users are failing, right, all these users fail to log in. So all 10 users got a stop, right? And our test got a stop at that point only, right? no, there is no false execution because after login, why if login is not happening, why we will execute others, right? So that is the beauty, right? That is the beauty of RSA. And even we are getting a message that all users have been filled. Why we are getting a message? Anyone, if remember in login, we added a default assertion message, right? You remember? Even I'll show you. So because of that, it's showing that all users are failing to log. So we have to fix the issue. This all is extra. Every day this. So I have fixed the user. So before we go and run them again, I'll quickly show you that default session message. Maybe you'll be remembering all. But yeah, you see in login, yeah, user and that username is filling, right? So because of that, it was saying like this. For all 10 users, we ran for 10 users, correct? It failed. Now we have fixed them. We'll run them again. But remember, again, when we will be running, so we have to always give the GTL file new name and output directory also new name. So already, suppose we have this result. We have used this, right? Like run to this one. So we have to again give new, or you can delete this because this is not it was not successful. So we can delete that also. So same test again. I'll be running. See this. So this and using upper arrow, I'll bring all the previous history. So now it should run. It will run. So it will take some time because 10 users, this time no errors. 10 users and 2 loop is there. It will take some time. So meanwhile, I'm looking at something. So please bear this one. Okay, we should about this. After this, It's better to cover this one. Easy for me to explain. Yeah, so it's running. I can think so. It's 10 users, and it ran a little longer, right? Because two loops were there. So it started at 9:50 and it ended here. So almost 2 minute test it happened, right? And this time, no need to run the second command, correct? No need to run the second command because this is one line command. So automatically the report is also with us. Yeah. So yesterday this was 15th October. So this is yesterday report. I just opened that as well. And this is run two. We have run two. This one 10 user two look at PT today. So all this, right? So all is good. And, mm, what happened? Suddenly all these stop. Um, we need to check this. This is a very abrupt behavior. There is no error or anything. I'll debug this now. We'll see. I'll explain later. But yeah, we'll see. For now, let us talk about some other thing. So this time we ran for 10 users and two loops, right? So everything will be executed, right? 10 users will be executing them 10 times and then repeating it one more time, right? That is the meaning of two. So 10 into 2, 20. So every request you will see getting executed 20 times, right? But yesterday when we run, it was 10 users and one loop. So it is everything 10 times, there 20. Now what I'm trying to say is, remember that this is not the number of user, remember. It's not the number of user. Okay, uh, it's like it's just number of execution, how many times they got executed. Okay, and uh, uh, and this is also number of execution. Right? So this is about a report. Now talking about some other advanced concept on this one. So see, suppose here something happened, okay, and now we want to debug it. Like what happened here? Even this is very abrupt behavior, no error. Why users has stopped? Why the count is showing less? Because it's two loop. So this also should have been 20 times. Okay, so that is first thing, right? Second thing. So this is what we need to look into, right? Second thing is, suppose again I have to run for another users, right? Now problem will be that every time I have to open the script and go and change there. That suppose next time I have to run for 20 users or 100 users. So I have to always open the script and run. Correct, right? So uh, so that is one drawback. Every time opening the script, then changing, and then again closing it, and then again running. A drawback is there, right? So that is a drawback, right? So we'll also see how to overcome that drawback. Next thing is here about the execution. If you see that every time, if we are running, every time we have to give the new file name. Okay, so that also we can change, right? but directly it's not possible. I'll tell you. So that is also one drawback. We'll see how to overcome that, right? Then next is in reports the value are there, right? And this value are in millisecond. But generally, if the value are in second, then it looks good. Okay, so that also we will learn, right? How to do that. Okay, how to change this value in second. And yeah, so before that, one more thing. See, so you got it right. So this is the same command divided into two parts that we did yesterday, and this is one liner command. You can use anyone, but this is best, I think. Okay, one liner is the best, right? And we can pass the argument also here on command line only. Argument means increasing the heap through command line only. Suppose in .bat file, if you do not want to go there and increase the heap in .bat file, and you want to increase the heap on through commands only, right? While running the test, so you can do this. This is how you have to write. I'll tell you. This will be as it is. Okay. Control C. So like this. Set heap. So this I have taken from that .bat file there as it is. Okay. Then an end command and then JMeter, and then you can after that you can write the rest of the command like dash n dash t GTL JMX file JMX file JMX file, then a space dash L, then GTL file, then a space dash E, a space dash O, and the output value. Get output. Okay. So what will happen? Even suppose you have not changed that heap in by going in .bat from command line only. Whenever you will be running a test, automatically heap will be increased. Okay. So this is how with some arguments, if you are running the test, you can run. Then next one is mm, mm, what this dash and dash t tells, right? So see, dash and dash t do not have any specific full form. They just give some in like some meaning. Okay, so like dash n tells JMeter that you are running in a non-GA mode. Dash t tells that after dash t, whatever the things you are giving, that will be treated as JMX file. Correct. Dash L tells that after dash L, what you are giving, the result should be going in that. Result should be going in that. Dash G is path for GTL file to generate the dashboard report here. Or if you are talking here, dash O is for output folder, right? Dash E is generating the report after load test. Okay. So that is their meaning. There is no such full form. Okay. So no need to worry. This no one asks. Just command you remember. Command are simple. They can ask, but what is this? No one. But they are simple to understand also. Nothing very. Now next is in Mac. Remember, okay. In Mac we have all thing will remain same in Mac and Linux and Ubuntu. Only thing in Mac and Linux is we have to use sh in the beginning. Okay, sh JMeter and rest of the thing, right? Rest of the okay, fine. So what thing we will discuss first? So first we'll talk so many things. Mm, These all are all interrelated, so we can cover any one. First, okay, first let us talk about this one. So parameterization of important parameter using P function, right? So what is this? And related thing, passing argument from command line in non-GUI. Okay, assigning values from JMeter user dot properties file, then creating our own custom dot properties file. This is optional. This is not important. This important. Okay. So first thing, we'll talk about the drop. Okay. That suppose I have to change for another user, right? So suppose I next time I have to run for 30 users. So I have to open the JMeter and change there. Why can't we change it from here, right? You will be having question, correct? So that is a drawback, you see. So for that purpose, we have to do a change in our script. Okay, and that change is very, very simple. Okay. So first let us open our script. So before opening our script, wait, I'll show you one thing. This PowerShell stuff, right? Why test was not running here. So if you see, it is saying that here that command JMeter is not found, but it is existing in current location. PowerShell does not load command from current location, right? So if you trust this command, instead of we have to write like dot slash dot JMeter dot back. Here also would do like that. It's not recognizing. So what it was saying that we have to type in dot slash something it was. Command is there, but PowerShell has a limitation. It does not load commands from current location by default. So we have to type like. Okay. So how we have to type dot, then this slash, and then JMeter, and then rest of the command. Okay, like whatever dash n dash t, then JMX file, then dash else, and other thing you can give. I'm not giving. I'll be giving till this much. It will not generate the report. It will just run the test. Yeah, it's running. So this is how to do on PowerShell. Actually, there is no problem. It's a default problem of PowerShell. It's saying that it doesn't load command from current location by default, right? So we have to use like this dot slash dot. So dot slash JMeter and this. So it's running. And you see, I have just given till JMX file, right? So that is possible. It's not, there is nothing confusing here, right? Because I have given the command till here or till here. This part I have not given. So it's okay. Even suppose this part is for report or right result, and from that reporting. I do not want that. So fine. I have just given this much. So it is just running the test, but it is not storing the result to anywhere, and it will not be generating the report. So just for trial run, we can do not an issue. So it's running, you can see, and it is running for 2 loops. So this is how we do on PowerShell. Okay. The only thing this here. And now, and suppose if you want to stop the test, so uh, we can press this Control C or Control X, anyone, right? In middle, suppose you want to stop the test. So I'll press here Control C, and it's asking terminate the job. So Control C, I press yes, yes, test has been stopped. So this is how to run a test on PowerShell. I have closed that as well. Okay. Now going back, what we were discussing about the key functions. And so that's what I said, that suppose I have to increase the user, or I have to increase the loop count, or I have to increase the duration, right? Or I have to increase the think time. How can I do? Okay. How can I do? Right. So every time we have to open the script and then do that, and then again running here, it's not feasible, right? So why can't we do from here without opening the script? That should be our purpose. Without opening the script, we should be able to change the value of users or loop or duration or the think time value or whatever, pacing value, whatever you want. So how we can do that, right? So for that purpose, first let me close this and let us open the JMeter. Let us open that script and parallelly I will open. So this is the script, right? Product booking script. Now what we have to do, this variable that you see, for now, they are like here we have declared the variable and they are values. So directly variable and values. It's like that, direct. Now, uh, so you remember in the steps that we have finished above, I told that somewhere here that generally parameterization we will be doing using p function. I think it's it. And that is the best practice. So now I did using simple. Now we are going to use using p. Now that is the reason why at that time I didn't do, so that you should be aware, right? Why, what is the use of p function? If anyone asks in the interview, you will be able to answer. So the main reason is that that drawback just I told, right? That when we are running a test from command line, then suppose I want to change the number of users, or I want to change any of these inputs. Okay, any, the delay, the pacing, this or this, anything I want to change. So every time I have to open the JMeter, every time I have to open the script, and then I have to change it here. Then I have to close. Then I have to go and run in that CLI mode, right? Again, next time again I have to change. Again I have to open it. So this is not a good stuff, right? Uh, Good approach. Why can't we change those things from CLI mode only, right? So for that purpose, what we have to do is this parameterization of these values should be done, values for this variable should be done using p function. Okay, p function. Understood? That is the reason. So that is the best way. Now, how to do it? Okay. So why to use this function? Hope you got the idea, because there is a drawback and this will solve that drawback. Correct. Then how to do that? Right. First we'll see. Then we'll talk about how we can pass those values for this. There are three way to do. Okay. So first, let us convert these values and parameterize them using p function. So it's very simple. Okay. We have to go to our function tab and choose p function from here. P function, fine here. So see, this is p function. Now what you have to do is the name of the property. Okay. In the first line here, you have to put the variable name. Remember, variable name for any variable. Suppose for we will do for first user. So this user variable name will put it. Okay. And the default value sometime we can give, sometime we cannot give. Like it's all depend on us. It's not mandatory. But in few cases, we have to give the default value, and generally default value we should always keep. And what is the meaning of default value? That also I'll explain. So first, let us suppose from users only start. So this is the variable name, copy and put it here. Now default value I want one user, then I'll generate. So it got generated, right? By clicking. Now I'll put it here in place of that value. Okay. So it has already been copied. Now in place of this thing, I'll paste it. It's like that, very simple. Same, suppose ramp up, copy that and put it here. Ramp up 1 second default. So this got generated. Now instead of this, we'll do like this. Okay. So whatever the output, the variable we have to put it here. Any default value you want, you can give, and the output you have to put in the place of value. Right? Very simple. Nothing. Right? Nothing. Same. So we have to do it like this for every static loop. Also support default one. So I'll put it here. A static variable we have to do like a static means those variable which is common for all scenario. Delay suppose 0. Test duration. Right? Why we are changing for URL? That is also important because suppose you want to run this different environments are there, right? So you want to run it on test environment, you want to run it on performance test environment, you want to run on UAT environment. So without running the opening the script, you can pass those environment URLs from command line as well, right? So that's so that is the thing. For everything we do like that, so that we do not have to open the script to change this value. Okay. You do not have to open this script to change this one, even for test data as well. We can for everything we should do like. So suppose a test data file name you want to change, next time you want to pass another file name. That all you can do from command line. Right. Right. So I did for now, not only for command line. Okay. Generally, when we'll be running from Jenkins, we'll be learning about that also. Uh, so that time also you'll see in Jenkins also from beginning I'm saying everything generally in IT industry is done through commands. Okay, remember. So Jenkins jobs like Jenkins job means running any test in Jenkins or CI/CD pipeline, all done through command. So there also we run that command only, which we have just run command line we've seen like that. Okay, we do not use GUI. GUI you can use for simple work. Understand? Okay, remember that also I'll be telling you when we can use GUI. But generally suppose if it's CI/CD or if it is huge number of user load test, right? That time we always prefer non-GUI, correct? Jenkins running in Jenkins, running on GitHub. That is always in non-GUI. So when it is in non-GUI and you have to change this parameter, so you cannot always open the script, right? Not possible. It's not the way. JMeter script is prepared fine. Now it should not be touched. Anything you want to give input or change it from command only you have to do. Okay, that is the best. So we have done like this, right? Now, what we can do, this all I can copy for an example, just for understanding. So variables are there. So values. Right. So these are the variable and corresponding values like that, right? So that why I put in it so that we have an idea. Now we can close this script, and but before closing, two things we will do as well. First thing is we'll update the same in our user.properties system. Um, sorry, user registration script. Okay, user registration symbol will update. There also we have done this parameterization using plain way. Here you see, right, using plain way. So I'll copy this same, copy and put it. What is not needed? And this thing, this is not countries, users, yeah, all others. So in user registration also, I have copied and because this is the way, and even I've written there in the steps. But since we should know, right, why to do that using P function, so that's why I've not done that in beginning. But now you will be aware, right? Now, so before we run the test and see some other thing, few other changes I'll be doing. Like first change, parallelly we'll see. That is one extra thing. Or I'll do that later. Otherwise, you'll get confused. Anyone who's watching the video will get confused that why it came suddenly in the middle. So we'll do that later. Okay. So or just do this much. Changing the response time value to seconds in HTML. If it is not confusing, or maybe it can create it. Okay. So we will close the JMeter and then we'll see whether it's working on. Okay. Right. Now, uh, see here. So same way, we'll open command prompt. Then this slash we will JMeter slash okay. Now we are in that JMeter. Now how to pass the inputs? Okay. Then, so there are three ways to do. Okay. First way is we have to write like this. JMeter dash and dash the JMX file path we know. Now for every variable for whom we want to change the value, you have to write like this. Underscore j, the variable name equal to value. Okay. Underscore space then. Underscore j, the variable name equal to the value. And in the last, then dash l GTL file path and dash c dash o for output that result is. Okay. Remember, it does equal to is there, right? So before and after this equal to, there is no space. Okay. So first JMX file. So this is JMX file. So JMeter dash n dash t. Okay. Now I want to change the users. I want to run for 5 users for an example. Okay. 5 users. So this is how I have written here. Uh, till here it's done. Then dash j and all this in. So whatever thing you want to change, you want to change constant delay, random delay, pacing, protocol, URL, port, anything. You have to just write dash j, the any of the variable name equal to the value, whatever the value. So these are the default value, right? So default value, if you do not give anything, default value will be taken. But if you want to change it, suppose this test data file, I do not want to use this. I want to use some other file. So that you can give here, the new file name. Okay. So that will be taken. Right. Suppose dash j variable name. Now variable name will be, suppose constant delay I want to increase to 5 seconds. So I'll give a variable name that is constant delay equal to 5,000. So this will be taken. It's like that for everything. Then dash j and then variable name called random delay RD. Complete right, we have to write completely. Then equal to, suppose random delay I want to increase to 3 seconds, like 3 seconds. Okay. So like that. So for everything you can do. Okay, anything. That is the beauty. Now, just for understanding purpose, even suppose as I said, you want to change the URL. You do not want to run on this URL. You want to run on some other URL, right? Because different environment will have different URL. So you can change dash j and the variable name called URL equal to change that, give that URL, like that will be taken. This will not be taken. The default values will not be taken. That is the beauty. So I'll show you. So we'll just do for this users and ramp up and go. Okay, just for understanding purpose. So here, hope you can see, right? Space dash j, then users. Variable name is users equal to 5. Okay, and that's it. And suppose loop, then a space dash j, loop equal to 3. Hmm, 3, right? So two parameters I'm just changing. So not more, two. And then after that, generating of the result and all other things. So I'll just change these inputs. So again, test new, yes. After this, we have to give dash L, right? Then GTL, GTL file is going to be like run 3, right? Run 3, 5 users, 3 loop, right? 3 loop, 16th October, dot GTL. Then I want to generate the report also. So space dash E, space dash O, and from here to here, that will be the mm, output direct. Okay. So now you see this will be running for 5 users only. Yeah, 5 users. In script, by default, how many user was there? 1 user. So that is the meaning of default value. Understand that if you are not passing anything, see, suppose for this variables, here you are not passing anything. So always default value will be taken. That is the importance of default value. That's why we give the default value. Right. So let us say here in this command, I have just given dash j users and dash j loop. I have just changed that loop 3 users 5. Right. But all these thing I have not changed. Right. All these are as it is. Correct. All this stuff are as it is, except this and this. Rest are all it. So that is default. So they are taken like that. Only thing which I have changed. So user 5. So instead of 1, it's 5 now, and loop, instead of loop 1, it's 3 loop. Okay. So that is the beauty of default value. Now you understand why we give default value. Default value means if you do not give anything, so those will be taken. If you want to change their value, uh, then that's why we are using this PS stuff. So without opening the script, from here only you can change by using dash j and the variable name dash j and the variable name and equal to the value. And we can do multiple. Here I have done two only. You can do for all. Again, one dash j can give and equal to a variable name and equal to again dash j variable name and equal to value. Again dash j. For all also you can. So this is the first way to change the inputs or to pass the arguments from CLI in non-GUI execution. Right? So it's taking little time because it's three loop. That's all. Oh, it's finished. You see, for train for five. Here it will show only five, but actually train for three loop. So that all you can see in report only. So if you go to test results, you have to run five user, three loop. Right. This is the GTL file. From that to this stimulate report got generated. We'll open that. Here you see why is it should be 15. We'll see. Wait, let me open Jane. This is not good behavior. I don't know why this is. There will be some problem. So this kind of issue it happens. So that time we have to debug, and debugging can only be done by opening the. Or there is one more way to do. That we will for now. Just what is the sound? First five, three. It's all going good. 15, 15. Yeah, and it stopped also. Right? No problem. Then all good. No, it's oh, okay. Oh, wait, wait. That's what I thought. This kind of issue I've never seen. Why this was CD came to one. Let's do- So our JMeter is JMeter 1. What I'll let me run then. Just let me be sure. Then I'll explain what mistake I was. Actually, it is. It's not. It should be not JMeter problem because in GY here it worked well, so it should never be a problem. So just let me reduce it back to one user, one loop. Okay. And that's the file. Let's say users equal to 5 space dash the loop equal to suppose 3. Yeah, 3. That's L. It's around 5 user. Oh, okay. Here is the main culprit. No, no, no. I think this is the main culprit. One day, Atul highlighted this problem, this bug. We'll talk. Let us see. So, how much loop it's doing this time. This time it's running 3 loop, I believe. That's why it's taking time. Finished of 2 seconds. Okay. That is, we got what's the problem. Just rules for generate. Then we get the idea. Hmm. Sweet okay. Then fine. This is creating problem. Shatul highlighted this issue. Actually, this is a bug going on. Okay. So suppose it's 120, right? Test duration, and suppose I'm not running a duration based test. Here also we'll try to do that. 5 users and 3 loop. Actually, it's they're stopping exactly 120. But how it will? Infinity only occurs when infinity is selected. Infinity is not selected, then how test duration is coming in picture? That is a bug, I think. Okay. So Yesterday, long back, Atul found this bug, and we talked about that. I forget, but I'll confirm with him once he comes back tomorrow. We have tested this issue. So currently, it's going fine. Okay. So 5 users are looping them, right? So 3 times. So that's why you see, you'll see them total 15 times. Okay. But actually 15 times it's not happening. Right? That is where the problem. Why? Because it is stopping at exact 2 minute. So will that is what we are going to verify. That is the problem. So I think at 2 minutes should stop. But generally it has not to be stopped. So that we'll see. 2 minutes is going to happen. And test will stop. We'll get this green. All yeah, it is stop. The users are not completing. No user got it. That is a bug. It's a software bug. And why how it's working, I'm not sure. This should never happen. So I'll uncheck this and then run. Here it is. Then let's see whether it is there completing 15 times. Now they're completing, you see. So now it's running beyond 2 minutes and they're proper. So that is a bug actually. Okay. Because if you remember, I told that thread lifetime only works when infinity is selected, right? But here, simply clicking this and it's not behaving like that because even this, let us say if this is selected and this is unchecked. So whatever the loop that we have, it will take picture, but it is not working. Duration we have given 120 second here by default, just for namesake, and that's why always it was stopping at 2 minutes. So I'll suggest this is a bug actually. It is not a proper behavior because this only works when infinity is selected. If infinity is not selected, loop will come in picture. But now we have just seen that even this is not selected, duration is always playing the role. So it's a bug. Okay. So uncheck this. If you are not running a duration based test, do not keep it checked. Okay. Uncheck it. Only check it this and this when you are running a duration based test. Okay. Otherwise, keep it checked or keep it unchecked. And this is any unchecked, but yeah, I was thinking like this is a bug. So now you see they properly worked and we had all 15 results. 15 times we got it. So coming back to the point, right? So immediately we'll finish at least this concept very quickly. Parameterization. So hope you have seen that this thing passing of the value we clearly did from uh, that non-GUI, right? So even here they were one, right? So let us do one and this uncheck. Now even if I close it, so it how it was taking. So any value we can pass like that. Okay. Now next thing, so there are three ways to do that. Okay. So what are those three ways? So first three ways through command line directly using dash j we can do first way. Second way is in proper dot properties file we can declare those variable and the value. So we have to open the dot properties file, user dot properties file. Let me open that first. Looks little colorful. So already we have done some changes, right? In that. So now what we can do on here only on top of that, if you wish, those variable you can keep here. Any variable, suppose only these two I'll say. Users equal to, because we have to just understand. So I'm just okay. So user, suppose I want to do for 6 users and two loops. So now just save. Now when we do from here, so that time from command prompt we do not have to give those dash j another. Simply write dash j jmeter dash n dash t, the jmx file path, the jmx file with its complete path. Then space dash l and other thing, right? So no need to write this dash j and other thing in this system. No. Directly whatever you are writing like dash l, the GTL file and uh, dash e dash o output directly. Simple, right? That you do. So I'm not giving that, or if you want, we can do run six users, two loop. Okay, two loop. So you will see it will run for 6 users. We'll see. and it will also run for two loops. So that you can try. I'm not going uh, to wait and show that much. You all can try this. So that is how. So you can put the value, those variables with the values in user dot and run the command normally without these inputs, right? And so this value will be taken from that user dot properties. Okay. So for any variable you want to change the value, those variable you have to change and just put the value. And remember that after and before equal to there is no space. Okay. So that is second way, and which I say is the best way, because here suppose if you are doing this, so chances of spelling mistakes are there, because you are typing dash j and so many variables are there, right? And for them, if you are you have to type JMeter and suppose this complete. So a single spelling mistake, if you do in the variable name, it will not take, it will not recognize. So that method I do not like. Okay, I like two method, either this method or this method. Generally, we go with this method also in CI/CD when we do, right? Or this also, anyone. Sometimes we go with this depending on scenario. So this you got the idea, right? So you see it's running for 6 seconds, and so let it be. Now next one is uh, the last one. We can create our own custom dot properties file, and we can put the value in that, and then we can pass the custom dot properties file like this. Okay. So like how we have user dot properties file, right? Or JMeter dot properties. Let me delete it. We can close this. We can create our own custom dot properties file. Suppose here from the notepad is here. File save as, suppose here pet store JMeter custom dot properties. The spelling of the properties should be correct. Okay. This thing you can give anything. This is file name, but remember dot of properties. Okay. Dot, and here save as all. So save. So you'll see custom dot properties file has been created. Okay. This is properties. So JMeter, what is the why JMeter properties file are called properties file? Understand? Because they are dot property. Extension is dot properties, right? So same thing we are creating, but we are creating our own custom dot property, means our own properties file, right? Now in this you can open and put those variables, um, and users only. So suppose users equal to suppose 7 this time. I'll give loop for an example. Loop, right? And I'll say like that. You can give for any. Okay, any. Just give the variable name equal to the value. Okay, variable name equal to value, like that. But I'm just showing using this. Anything you can. Now save this. Save. Now how to run is same on command from JMeter dash n dash t, right? The JMX file which was here, and put it here. Then we have to pass this custom dot properties file. So JMeter dash n dash t JMX file, then dash space dash q and space the path, complete path. So dash q. So remember dash q, and then what is the complete path of this? So put this path. Let us put it here. Delete this and put it here. And after that, as you know, dash L and text result. So every time I should not. It's not required. time waste. Okay, fine. So it is going to be which run? Already we have done how many runs? Run 5, run 6, run 7. Okay, so run 7, 7 user and 2 loop. 7 user and 2 loop you can write. This is the GTL file. So here also you see we didn't have to, we have to pass that custom properties file using dash key. Okay, dash. So now it will run for 7 users. So from where this will take the input, it will take the input from here. Already the in script, what is there? By default in script, user is 1, loop is 1, but now the value it is taking from here. Okay, you can see 7 is it running from. So that is the beauty. So this is how we can, without opening the script, right? I'm not opening the script, right? So without opening the script, we can change these parameters uh, from command line, and that is why we convert those variable using p function. And these are the three ways to do. One was this way, one was this one was this one. When if you can, if you want, you can pass multiple custom properties for. Okay, that is not required, but now before we close, this is an optional thing, not important. Suppose sometime if you want to run two JMX files separately, okay, or two scenario sequentially one after another. Even. I mean, suppose product booking only. First you want to run for 100 users, and then you want to run for 200 users, one after another. And right, you can do in one like one at a time. Suppose first time you run for 100 users, then you run another command, and then you run for 200 users. That also you can do. But suppose you want to go somewhere, and meanwhile you want to give the execution. So simply you have to write and command. Means this all you know, right? JMeter dash n dash two, JMX file dash l, JTL file, and for output, right? Even you can use dash e dash o output directly. Then space and then this again same. Now this you can change, like here suppose users you are giving 100, here you can give 200, right? So what will happen is uh, first it will run for 100 user and then it will run for 200, one after another. I'm saying a sequence. Or suppose one scenario, suppose you want to run product booking, then you want to run user registration after that. So here you can give product booking script and all those things. Here you can give user registration script, right? Okay. And passing of value you can either control through dash j or custom properties file, like that. So that you can do. So this is just an additional concept. Uh, the main thing is and command. You can do triple more, one more and also. Like suppose first 100 users, then here 200 users, then next 300 users, and just give hit the command, and you can go on some break, right? Manual test will be running, right? Because you have to wait, right, till it finishes. So you can take a break. So first it will run for 100, then 200, yeah, then 300, one more and then 300. So same scenario or different scenario also one after another. Suppose first you want to run user registration, then product booking, then cancellation, one after another. So that all you can do, right? And what is the benefit of this is you have either you can run one after another. Okay, hope you understand. Like suppose 100 user you ran, then again you run for 200, or in one line only you can give like this, and you can go on break. So that is the beauty of this and. So that is for today. Tomorrow we will discuss some of this thing. Fine. So take care. Bye.